Hello YouTube, this is your Friday Eve video, and we're standing at the mill here, and I'm right by the saw cabin. This is where my hydraulic unit is, and we talked about the last video here that there was a bunch of noise, and there it is. That is my coupler, and that drives my hydraulic unit. So if you can see, when I move this thing back and forth, if you can see that, let me see if I can get better position here, and you can see a lot of slop going on there. And that thing is wrapped with this thing here. This is basically a housing that goes around it. It's in two halves. All the gaskets were gone, and this is supposed to keep that chain packed full of grease, and that all went bad. So just talked to Johnny Edmonston, and he's going to ship me out a brand new seal kit for that housing and 2 sprockets and then that middle chain. So that is one thing I wanted to talk about on the Friday Eve video. And there's always maintenance. I mean, you can see there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff here, you know, what makes this thing actually tick. And it's just it's a big operation for a small mill. There it is. There's the old bus motor. And our other thing we're going to do here is we're going to get into a little bit of metal detection. And I have a cherry log sitting here, and the reason the X's are on there, so we didn't put that back into the good pile and end up sawing it. So we always, when we find metal, we put the X's on immediately. So I brought an arsenal of stuff. I'll show you my metal detector, and we'll see if we can find what's in there. John Clark, Frickin' Jeep, had mentioned that. He says, make a video when you find some metal in a log, and we did. So I'm gonna go get you set up in a tripod here, and I brought an arsenal of equipment, hand tools and stuff, and we're gonna see if we can dig it out. I'll be with you here in a second. Okay, I don't know if we're in a shot here good, but this is my metal detector. It's a Renz P4000. I've had this thing for the better part of 15, maybe 20 years now. When you start it up, you have to tune it in. So you're gonna hear one beep. And now you kick it into run. And the sound you never want to hear. There it is. All right, there it is. So we know between them 2 X's is my metal. So we're going to start with an arsenal of equipment here. So we're going to go ahead and get some stuff together here and see if we can dig this out. All right, let's let the fun begin. And I bring all kinds of stuff. Hole saws, chisels, hatchets, and pry bars. And you'll see why you need all this stuff. Definitely need a good hammer and a good cat's paw. Normally to get a chainsaw you could make a couple cuts, but I have my little power saw with me today. I never actually tried this before. And all we're going to do is we're going to make a slit on each side of this thing, so let's do that. And you see how deep I'm going? You don't want to go too deep because you start to ruin a log pretty fast. That sort of sets our depth there. Now, get the hatchet here, and we're going to try to knock that bark off. And there's some sort of a cat's face here, so that's a good indication. So let's try something here with the hole saw. Let's go right down the center of that thing. Feels like something grabbed. We'll go one on each side. Now, just a regular pry bar. Try to get these plugs to come up out. And you always want to look at your piece to see if there's anything showing. So that was a pretty strong hit on a metal detector, so there's a good chance that we are pretty close. Kind of like a hatchet over an axe. Got a little bit more control. Starting to get some discoloration here. It looks like we're getting close to it. So we're going to go ahead and make a cut a little bit closer with the saw now. I don't want to run the blade into something here right off the get-go. That was just pulled up a chunk of wood there. But could use a chainsaw. Could use whatever you want. Okay, now the chisel. Now that we're getting an idea where it's at, just work it a little bit at a time, because the more you save on this log, less it's going to go in the firewood pile. You can see there's a total discoloration going on here. And I try to keep these chunks, and you can metal detect them. Yep, it's definitely black. Yeah, tree it'll act like an infection, just like when you get a splinter. The log's doing the same thing. Yeah, there's something going on right there. And sometimes they turn out to be nothing more than a bullet hole, which is lead, which really wouldn't. But I'm seeing other little things going on right here. Maybe a couple staples. So I'm going to keep digging away here, and I'll get back to you guys here in a couple minutes, and we'll see what we actually found. Alrighty, a little update here. And looks like a head of a nail, but I'm not positive. But you got to watch, once you find the head of whatever it is, you don't snap it off. So good. Just keep digging here. But there was definitely something waiting for the saw blade. And once you get too deep, you can kind of mess up a log. But don't forget, you still have other faces on that log. So we'll go ahead and give you another update here once we get it extracted. Okay, I'm back. There it is. I'll give you a close-up. This is a roof nail, and I mean, that is how small this thing was, and it was way down there, but we did salvage the log. So let's go fire up the metal detector one more time and give it a sweep. And I remember what John was saying, very seldom do you find one nail. There you go. So, with that being said, and I got maybe 20 minutes tied up here, and you gotta start weighing it out. Is 20 minutes worth the footage, you know? But it was a nice stick of cherry. And cherry's going for a premium. If this was a piece of pine, I don't think I'd have spent, I don't think I'd have dug it out. I wouldn't even looked for it. But yeah, if you're gonna run a circle mill, you might want to rethink letting that big metal detector find all your metal, because this would have been, oh, I don't know how many teeth it would have ruined. And we're running carbide, you can't re-swedge them out like John can do. So we're gonna get to the rest of your video now. We're gonna saw up a piece of nasty locust, making some boards for my ramp, and that'll wrap up our Friday Eve. So I'll give you a little bit of extra stuff with it. It's a short sawing video, maybe about 10 minutes or so. Hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you Saturday morning with the Eddie Horvath. Bye-bye. Alrighty, it is your Friday Eve video. And we're just gonna throw a piece of locust through here. I gotta make my ramp boards, and my son Alex, gotta put my power on here, getting things, doing my pre-flight checks here, making sure the flaps work, making sure the elevators work. There we go. And getting back to what I was saying, and that thing's just rattling away there. There we go. I'm going to make some sheeting for my ramp. Then we're going to make Alex a post for the mailbox. So I had sort of marked, I put a little red X on her if you can see it. And I wanted that to be my face out, because this has a slight bit of crook in it. This is the most crooked mill. All right, Jerry, we're going to use it. Here it is, Master Dog to the rescue. And we're going to send the other dogs down. And let's put Mr. Laser on. And with this locust, you got to take a little bit of a bigger bite. Because there's a lot of thick bark. Didn't take enough. And again, it's pretty wood. Let's see, I'm going to take a, I only need 4-foot pieces, so if I can edge one out of that, instead of opening that all the way to 8 foot, I'll get one extra board. And I'm cutting these 1-inch thick, not 4/4. There it is, it's open. Starting to get into some nastiness. All right, let's roll it. Beautiful. Got a nice hold on her. And let's take her down and get a parallel face going here. Nope. Trying to recover as much wood off of here as I can. It ain't working out so well. Thick bark. me at least a 6-inch board. And I'll use anything random, it don't matter. I'm just going to shiplap it. Let's lay it down and get some 1x8s off of here. Take a nice little chunk off of there. Oh, I'm going to take a little shim off. That will be nice. That will work. So what's going on with that log? It was jumping up on that one side. I got bark under there, I bet you. Something's going on there. Something's letting go on me. Yeah, we're almost in the center of that log, but never seen that happen. Some weird behavior there. Yeah, still pulling down on that. There's some pretty wood though. Yeah, this piece got a lot of stress in it. And I can literally see a crack developing there. Wow. Do a 5x5. That whole log is bowing. Oh, it's going to scrape bad. I'm going to pull that back a little bit. You see that? I've never seen that happen that bad before. This log had some real tension in it. Get that piece of bark out of there. Come on. Yeah, I'll get out there and get it. Yeah, at the end of this video, I'll have to show you what I seen there. It was face back. I can pull another couple little thin ones out of there. That will work. Five and a quarter by 5. I think we're going to let that well enough alone. Yeah, let's just let that go. All right. Wasn't much of a Friday video, but thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later.